Hey, everybody. Happy Friday and happy spring equinox. And if you celebrate a very blessed Ostara to the pagan community, um, Ostara being based on the goddess Oistre, who was a Germanic goddess. And so, and of course, Easter is associated with Oistre. And hello, Shelby. A blessed Ostara to you. And I got to see some of your artwork. Very cute. I see you like the manga. Like a couple of them was reminding me of Lisa Frank. I don't know if you know who she is, but she was very popular back in the 80s and a bit into the 90s. And some of your like ponies and stuff with the colors and the shape of the eyes reminded me of her work. So, whew, this is all kind of washed out. Should I? Ooh. I'll just keep it on warm light. So you have heard of Lisa Frank, yes. So keep doing your art, my dear. So we'll give it a few minutes. Went to the park to, well, actually, before I even get started, um, as many in the community know, if you haven't subscribed to her, please do because she does post these cute little animal videos from time to time of her fur babies. But she'll be developing more eventually on her channel when she's feeling better. But our girl, Jax, Mangled Unicorn, who is in all of our chats, constantly putting in links, looking up information for us, always being very supportive. She is in really bad shape. Um, I would just, at some point, maybe take a bit of a watch of her one video. She did do another one that was a little uplifting, but our girl can really use our prayers. If you are healers, you do Reiki, or if you don't do Reiki and you're still a healer, our light workers, everybody, just to send her love, support, and healing energy because my girl is in rough shape. So that is greatly appreciated. And I just want to kind of get that before we got into the show. So anyone watching on playback, if you're not can't quite find her channel, which isn't too hard, it's called Mangled Unicorn. I did post her video in my community tab. So she may show up just to hang out, and if she does, let's just give her lots of love and support. And ooh, Shelby went to a witchy shop today. So let's hear about it. I went to the witch shop today and there was a healing altar. And you wrote her name on a slip of paper and put it in for her. Thank you. Oh my goodness, Shelby, thank you so much. I haven't done any Reiki or long distance Reiki healing in a very long time, but got down to square tax today. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to save that in case she pops in so she can see that. But yes, did you do anything? Well, witchy shop, do tell. Did you get anything? Any kind of goodies? And you're in Massachusetts, so did you go to Salem or did you go to a different store? I did it with my dad, and it means a lot. Thank you. It does. It really does. So, but today we went to, hello, Cat Goddess. Cat Goddess is here. Happy spring. No, it took, there we go. Oh, I thought I was going to, but it's right there. Awesome. Happy spring equinox, Cat Goddess, or I'm just going to call you Cat. I actually have a friend back east. Her mom's name is, Mrs. Catalano, and she tells us just to call her Cat. I think her name is Kathy, but she told us to call her Cat. So, I broke a fairy statue. Oh, and they gave you a discount. Oh, well, that was nice. And just because something's broken doesn't mean that it still doesn't have any worth, right, my dear? So, Cat Goddess, happy spring, blessed Ostara. Did you do anything special for today? For us, I had to pay some bills. But we went to Lithia Park today in a whole area that's much further back from the main entrance. And the spring, I'm going to have to post some pictures later on Facebook. Hello, Moira. Hello, my dear. Good to see you. Um, Blessed Ostara and happy spring equinox. And it was just not too many people. There were these beautiful mountain jays that have the indigo black colors. Beautiful. I took some, oh, and they have this one tree that just smells so beautiful. It was blooming, white flowers on it. It was just gorgeous. Did a little bit of art, took a couple books with me. One is a new one, which I'm going to be sharing. So, Moira, did you do anything special for today? And Shelby says, I also got some incense, and that was about it. I have an incense, and believe it or not, it's from Walmart. It's a Better Homes and Garden, but it smells really good, and it's patchouli. It has this, when you before you burn it, you can smell the patchouli. Sometimes when you burn it, it loses its scent a little bit, but this is still good. Even Shan likes it. So that's my incense. And I'm sticking to it, bumping on bunch. So let's see. I got some incense, and that was about it. It's a shop in Uxbridge called A Touch of Magic. Uxbridge. I do not recognize that name of that town. So yeah, today did a little bit of art. Shan took his guitar, played guitar, and got to walk around. Just beautiful. Seeing these tiny little sulfur butterflies. And one of them that went by me was this pretty like periwinkle blue. And so the bees are buzzing, birds are making their nests, the flowers are blooming, and not really finished my taxes. Well, I had to take care of some adulting too today with money. $30, but what can you say? But yeah, so I ended up getting, well, first of all, I been taking a look at this, and it's been very an interesting read. But I was able to win a copy on Selena's channel when she had Deborah Zakow on, and I have your number about a week ago or so, and I find it really fascinating. My life path number doesn't quite resonate all the way with me. Some things do, some things don't, and I'm wondering if anybody in chat um, has, knows their life path number and has researched it and see if they feel that it connects. What connects with me is the 2 and the 6, because my 8 comes from a 2 and a 6. So I looked at the 6 number, which is my birthday, December 6th, and I found that I resonated more with the 6. So yeah, I have that book as well with me this evening. I wanted to share. And Deborah Zakow was actually, I was one of her first channels on my old channel on Indigo Jaguar, where when she was still first coming out with her Clarity Tarot, which I also won a copy. And she was on my channel. So I'm looking forward to maybe having her on. We haven't set a date yet. I have to reach out again to her. But yeah, this is Allison. This is the book, Hey Girl, Hey, that I was telling you about. Deborah's numerology, because I know Allison likes to dabble in numerology. And on some Friday nights when she used to host with me, we would get into talking about numerology, which was always very interesting. But yeah, so Allison, I know that you do your life path numbers. Do you feel that your number resonates with you after you've read it? Shelby says your life path is a number 3. So Shelby, did you feel like that you resonated with that? Because for 8s, we're supposed to be wealth magnets. And I'm like, a wealth magnet. I'm a power. It says here, life path 8th is the powerhouse in designer shoes. Never was a big fan on shoes. More like my stompy boots or my sneakers. But it's interesting. Some of it resonates and then some of it doesn't. But again, we're not cookie cutter. So there's only one life path number. And yes, I absolutely identify with it. Well, I think what Deborah does with her studies is that when you tell your life path number, she asks what's the two numbers that you break down to make it that single. And I think she incorporates some of the aspects of those numbers as well. So I found that very interesting. Hi, Megas. I love that different wealth. Different wealth. Yes. How can we be abundant? So let's see. It's either the dream big or get out of my way. I was very much like that in my 20s. It was dream big or go home. But let me back up because we've had some people join us. And there's Amanda, Mama Sushi. Mama Sushi. Wait a minute, that's not Mama Sushi. That's Shelby saying hello to Mama Sushi. So there she is. I absolutely love the picture on Facebook of Rowan. She is so precious. Oh my goodness, she is such a beautiful girl. All right, I just had to gush over that. Let's see. Shelby says they know me. I go there all the time. I also went to the bookstore and got a pretty book. I call it pretty books because of the cover art, sprayed edges, and I think I'm going to love the story. Well, enjoy your book, maybe over the weekend. So Allison popping in and saying hello to everyone. Shelby is on life number 3, and you absolutely identify with it. Let's see, lots of different kinds of wealth. Yes. In here, they kind of connect with the financial, but then of course the debate, not debating, but based on other aspects of our life that can, show. I found it interesting. I'll just leave it at that. But I did bring it with me in case anybody was interested in just a little basic numerology this evening. But I'm hoping to have Deborah on at some point. I have to reach out to her again. Let's see. And we can talk a little bit more about that. I've been seeing 333 for the past 3 weeks. So there's something to that. So yes, you can live on the negative aspect of your number as well. Money issues is the 8 in reverse. Yeah, but that's improving. So that's a positive. And let's see. Shelby says, looked it up and it says something about creativity. So there you go. Excuse me. A little bit of a sip. Maybe it's not so much the number as what the author says about it. It's possible. I know Deborah's been doing this for a very long time. But yes, just like tarot books, and people have different ideas when they write their books and their impressions on tarot and oracle. And Amanda is also an 8. And it was weird because I always loved the number 8 growing up. I didn't know why. I just loved how it looked and I thought it was really cool. You got an apartment? Yay! So you got away from well, I would say but I know that you struggled a bit at the other place with privacy and whatnot. So Amanda, I'm so happy for you. New home for you and your girls. That is amazing. Congratulations, my dear. And let's see, what now just Allison dropping on us. Honestly, I have yet to see anybody's life path number not be descriptive of the person whose numbers I calculated. Ooh, that might be, well, I was going to say maybe you can write a book, but I know you don't want to get into that, but yeah. Wealth of knowledge, wealth of love, exactly. And one's life path is descriptive of their life in general as a whole. Sometimes you may be on the negative aspect, and other times it's going to be on the track. So ebb and flow, exactly. All righty. And let's see. Love path number 110 breaks down to a magician is my guy. Yes. All righty. And Shelby said, I remember specifically when I was in kindergarten, my favorite number was 5, and my favorite colors were green and pink. Boo, I'm confused. What you confused about, girl? So we all been sending you prayers, my dear. Thanks for joining us. Hoping we can maybe take your mind off of some stuff. Let's see. Oh, and Jax, I have something to share for you from Shelby. So I was talking about you in the beginning. I went to the witch shop today and there was a healing altar, and I wrote her name on a slip of paper and put it in for her. So I want to share that Shelby did that for you too today, my dear. Illumination Portal told me I'm a 22. Well, there are some numbers, like according to Deborah, she doesn't break down certain numbers. I think when they're like double digits. So for her, 22 doesn't get broken down. So maybe you can play around with that, see how that actually, what does she say about 22 in here for those double digits? Let's see, the sacred blueprint. They build, but also they spiral. Here, let me take this down. They come back and build better. Wow. 22s are rooted in the grounded, get things done energy of the 4, but with extra voltage. Yeah, girl, that sounds like it. I'll take a snapshot and send that to you. Double digits. Let's see. Jax, that is my late grandmother's birthday too. 1/10/1982. Wow. So you're only a couple years younger than my nephew David. He was on 1980. Let's see. I saw somebody else pop in. There she is. What's up, Gypsy? And yes, I'm going to be doing readings tonight, but we're just catching up and hanging out. It's Friday. Who's in? Who is in? So Allison says to break it down to a 4. So I'll send you the info and see what you got. Your birthday is January 9th. Winter babies. My brother wasn't far behind. My great grandmother was the 4th. My sister's the 5th. I'm the 6th. My grandniece is the 10th, and her first child, is the 11th. So lots of Saggy. So Magus, if you're still here, that's why, of course, I had to pick the fire pile. Let's see. 22 is my angel number, but I don't know about life number. Oh, 221. Yeah, I don't work really with angels. I acknowledge them and call upon them sometimes, like Archangel Michael. I asked him, hey, it's okay, doing Morgan, can you two hang out together, kind of do double duty for me? And they're like, we got you. So, all righty. Yes, Mingle Yagura for it. Okay, I got that. All about life lessons. Don't we just love life lessons? Oh my goodness, Maga, stop that. You keep saying that to me, and I'm going to get a big head. Just kidding. I'm not. But I did get upon because I was down to wanting to get 2 books on tarot because I want to learn more. And I was down to between 2 books, and I asked Miss Nancy if she had the Rachel Pollack 78 Degrees of Wisdom, or if she had the Bennabelle Wen book, the Holistic Tarot. I know Bennabelle's is like this thick, and I guess there's like, she says about 800 pages. And so she recommended, either one. So I decided, I had Soundpiece order it, and I got it yesterday. Rachel Pollack's 78 Degrees of Wisdom, a tarot journey to self-awareness. And I took that to the park with me today. And I'm just learning a lot from her. This has been a great book so far. And as I go ahead and I learn, read more, there will be things I'll share, like, okay, for instance, those 4 cards, when you pull them out and you lay them in the position that she's got them, and then you read how she explains how they relate, blew my mind. So I'm glad I went ahead and purchased it. It was through my local bookstore, and it was like only $20 some. And I think the last printing was right around when she passed away. We lost her in 2023 due to cancer. And also another shout out, Chuck Norris, power and peace, power and rest, or what do you want to say. It's hard to believe we've lost Mr. Norris, but yeah. So the Rachel Pollack book, very interesting. Now another book that was recommended by Rain. Um, Her channel was Spiritual Rain. She's changed it, and I can't remember the name of it right now because she's gone through a transformation. But I'm starting to work on EMDR for my mental health, and not just mental health, but when we take care of our mental health and our physical health, all it all works together. And there is a book by Kate Van Horn called The Inner Tarot, and it's exploring healing from traumas and things through life. She's even included some of her poems in here, and I love this book, and I started picking it up again. The Ace of the Pentacles are all about being in my body. The Cups are about being in your emotions. And of course, let me see what does she choose for the Wands? I'm trying to remember. Wands about having purpose, where we direct our willpower, our energy. Rain has like 4 channels. Yeah. She's busy lady. Rain has been through a lot. So she is doing her morning shows again on Sundays, and if I'm up, I'm able to catch them. And the swords are about in my voice. So I really, you know, of course, purchase responsibly, but the Rachel Pollack, and then if you're doing inner healing and a lot more inner work, this is amazing. Kate Van Horn is a tarot reader, psychic, and spiritual mentor. And she's also a 500-hour registered yoga teacher and certified intuitive healer. And she explains things that she's been through in her life and how using tarot has helped her to heal. So, yeah, I want to share some books and get that out of the way. And let's see. Books are awesome. They are. Nowadays, it's harder for me to focus. Oh, and look at my life path number I have. It says here I have 8 in chat. So Moira says, I like the 78 Degrees of Wisdom. Some are critical of the book, but I liked it. Oh my goodness. I've learned more from just the first like 10 pages than, that I haven't, since I really started picking it up again. So Benabel, yes. And I know Benabel Wen recommends the book. She even put essential reading for the beginner and a classic that tarot masters will return to time and time again. This is the book to have in your library. So, and Benabel, she goes really deep. And I believe Gerald had her on at one time. And Irene just popped in. Hello, Irene. Miss Firehorse. Yep. Smack, smack, smack. You jacks don't smack too hard. Everybody coming in. Happy spring equinox. Blessed Ostara if you celebrate. Let me see. Master numbers. Glynis McCant's numerology. I learned 20 plus years ago. She doesn't deal with the master numbers like 11 and 22, but to each their own. No gatekeeping, right? Exactly. That's how we roll here. We resonate with what works, and then it's just learning more. To me, it adds layers. And Angelus Aaron's Tarot Handbook has a lot of interesting numerology and tarot information. Well, you know what? I'm going to take that title down and add that to a list. So excuse me. I had my little book here. I don't know where it is. All righty. So what's the name of that? Angelus Aaron's. Make sure I spell that right. Arrines Tarot Handbook. All right. Thank you, Moira. I appreciate that. I like suggestions. Then I get to go and look and examine and research and see what resonates. All righty, moving right along. I know a lot of people are talking about that Deccan path that's being started. Lexi, she did a video explaining. I was starting to listen to that, and I was just like, no, that's not going to be for me this year. Maybe next year. I don't know if anyone's doing the Deccan Walk starting this weekend. And also, really quick, while we're at it, somebody's having a birthday this Sunday. Just saying. Because we're in Aries season. So we are picking up Aries tomorrow, last day here of Pisces. And let's see what we're getting into. Does it get into your name and what that means? The numerology, no, that studies your life path number, not the name. Are you reading these books or just accumulating? I'm reading them. Start reading this one. I started with this one here, but because of actually, with this book here, this is how cool my counselor here is in I was going to say in Arizona. That was weird. Here in Oregon. Her name is her name is Emily, but she goes by M. And she's cool with my whole, pagany, witchy, tarot and everything, crystals. And when I went to go see her, because I'm starting to do EMDR with her. And I showed her this book. I took it in and she was looking at it. She's like, this looks amazing. She goes, you are going to work through this along with this, aren't you? And I said, yes. I go, now that I'm really starting to focus on EMDR, I'm going to start working with the healing aspects of this book. And so, yes, but I'm trying to get too many books because I am starting my other training in April. So between now and then, I need to start reading and getting caught up on my books in case I don't have a lot of time because of my studies that are coming up. All righty, let's see. I'm reading 5 to 7 books right now. Oh wow, and I regret nothing. Let's see. So your numerology does. Oh, wait a minute. Did I misunderstand Irene? Oh no, with the life path number, you have your birth date, but yes, your name. I remember Allison, you talking about that on a show one night. I think a couple shows on a Friday night that we did. So yeah. Allison says she's not a master about it or professional, but she knows her stuff. So I think I am going to open this up. So I came across a really cute spread in my Ostara book, Seasons of the Witch, and it's called the composting spread. And I thought, how cheeky, how fun, but how relevant. I know this book inside out. I bet you do. Yeah, we even stayed after the show one night, and you were reading and talking about the book with me. So with this spread, Mara was like, me, please. Okay. Actually, here, let me put my little banner up then. There we go. Let me just take this down. All righty. And it's a 5 card, but I think I might go down to a 4 card. But it's basically use this spread when you're facing a challenge and need hope. Wait a minute. Use the spread when you're facing a challenge and need hope to get you through it. It will help you identify the lesson or treasure, because sometimes our trash, what they always say, another person's trash is another person's treasure. So it will help you identify the lessons or treasures hidden in your situation and how you can turn your experience into gold, the composting. So I think it's cute, little composting spread. And so and for that, of course, I'm going to pull a main card from the Ostara. And then for tonight, I brought my Emerald Papyrus tarot deck. And this is a wee bit out of a deck, especially with the court cards. I really wish the author hadn't messed with because the queens are the knights and the goddesses are the queens or the king. I mean, it's just, they're still absolutely beautiful cards though. So we're gonna play around and have some fun with it. And hello, Draven. Happy Equinox. Blessed Ostara if you celebrate. Um, I've I'm a hippie. I prefer to be barefoot. Me too. It's nice to reconnect with the earth, and connect with her energy like we're supposed to. And let's see. Irene says, I can't remember who wrote the book of numerology I was into when I was younger, but different letters were represented by different numbers. Exactly. And so there's different paths and numbers and things. So a good 20 years you've had that book. Yep. And it served you well. Everyone's saying hello. I looked up how to plant strawberries in a pot, and they said a blend of compost and vegetable mix for dirt, some bone, and really? That? Blood? Really? Unless I misunderstood, but that's different. Well, sometimes, we connect with our Miss Nancy. I was just mentioning you, Miss Nancy. I got the Rachel Pollack book, and I'm only on page, 16, and I'm loving this book. So thank you for recommending the book and giving it a thumbs up for me. I appreciate that. Oh, really? You still have a lot of snow? We had a beautiful, like 72, 75 degrees here today, though it's supposed to be dropping again next week. So, yes. So, I already had Moira. So, let's see how this goes. I love trying new spreads. It's a Friday night. We're all chilling. Here, let me put this there. Let's see how this goes. And then cover your strawberries with knitting, or the birds and squirrels will eat them all. Yes. Or Heather. Gotta hide your strawberries from Heather. We actually bought some yesterday, and so I'm going to have some sliced strawberries later tonight. All right, Moira, let's just get you started with your Seasons of the Witch Oracle. And you got shortbread. Let me pull up number 36 and take a look, because I don't think I've gotten shortbread yet in my readings. It's about sweetness and treating yourself, taking time to enjoy life, especially if you like strawberries. Strawberries with a little whipped cream, maybe. Nummy num. And the card reads, the sweetness of your craft asks that you indulge in the celebration of you. Ooh, the sweetness of your craft, and whatever that craft may be, indulge in that sweetness, indulging yourself, and a little bit of indulgence on the side. I love that. So let's take a look at the compost. All righty. So, and of course, with the equinox, half illumination, half dark. So that's kind of with the lighter, and my emerald papyrus is a little on the dark side. A little bit of line dark. So the first card is going to be, what is the challenge or trash? So what's the trash that you are facing? Okay, it says here, what challenge or trash are you facing that's actually a hidden treasure? Strawberry Fields Forever. Yeah. If you like the Beatles. Heather won't go there tonight. Okay, Moira. What trash are you facing? That's actually a hidden treasure. Really? Well, that's interesting. Well, let's move forward. How can you shift your perspective to uncover hidden blessings? Let's see. Number 3 was the treasure hiding in this challenge. Aw. Heather's starting. No. I leave that up to you, Tom. Oh, and speaking, that show that we're talking about, you said April 2nd, but that's a Thursday. Did you mean Thursday the 2nd of April, or did you mean the April the 3rd on a Friday? Let me know. Alrighty, and 4, what steps, what actions, or let's do all 5. What actions or steps can you take to turn this trash into treasure? Nope, 7th. Okay. Well, actually, it was Kristen that pointed that out to me last night during the live. I'm like, oops, or it was backstage. So last one is, what is the long-term impact of the insights you have just acquired, Moira? Oh, I love how these things shuffle. Ooh, really nice. Okay, so, let's take a looky at what we got here. Hey, Tom, I came across an Ace of Wands today. It was part of my reading on Magus and Muse Tarot. I got an Ace of Wands. So that's starting to follow me now. So, Moira, what challenge or what's this trash that you are facing that's actually hidden treasure? I got the 3 of columns, which is the 3 of wands. So I found this really interesting. I'm like, how can this challenge? How can this be a challenge? The 3 of columns or the 3 of wands. And this could just be for me motivation. The 3 of wands is about getting out there, expanding. It's like you've got something planned, something you want to do. And yet there's this lack of momentum. So for me, I'm going to kind of look at it in a reversal where it's just like, you're not, it's, I don't know if it's laziness or if it has to do with a fear of taking that leap and going with the expansions, like last minute, like, what if this doesn't work? I don't know. But the actual hidden treasure, being able to use this for your benefit, use this as your vehicle of means. 3 of columns, getting out there, not hesitating. It's like, okay, I've planned, I've strategized, I've got this here. I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to go and I'm going to move forward. And she's looking at those waves. They're getting a little high, but not too much. So I don't know if there's a fear of maybe, I don't say a fear, but a hesitation, garden fatigue, maybe. I don't know. So let's move on to your next one. How can you shift your perspective to uncover hidden blessings? So how can you shift your perspective? The 4 of vessels, so which is the 4 of cups in this deck. So in this deck, no signs of apathy. This is someone who is taking their time. They've had all the other cups, they've partaken of the other cups and possibly not again quite satisfied, but there's that one right in front of her. She's got her eyes closed, so she may be meditating on, okay, what is it that I want to emotionally bring into this? Because of course the vessels of cups are about emotions and kind of feeling like we're getting to the point where maybe that's the challenge. Things maybe aren't moving as fast, or you may not think that 3 of wands, that project, is going to be able to move forward, isn't going to be as successful or bright and shiny like a treasure, because you're having some hesitation with that 4 of cups. There may be, and you might be losing a little bit of motivation for that. It may be, I don't know, you may be a little bored. I mean, we all do that. I know I've done that. Get excited about something, get ready to put it out there, and then all of a sudden it's like you get to a point where, I'm bored, or I can't decide, I'm indecisive. So really just taking the time, meditating on that other cup. What else can we do? Are my energy, where are my emotions, how much am I going to be especially emotionally invested in this? Number 3, what is the treasure hiding in the challenge? You got the oracle. Ooh, the oracle of discs. And the oracles in this, I believe, are the pages. So the page of this, the page of pentacles. So this is taking the time. So there's the treasure hiding in this challenge. Being able to take the time to look at every aspect. This is time to get studious. This is time to get practical, looking at all aspects of whatever this Three of Wands, Four of Vessels is, how, maybe to get this motivated, or maybe how can we recycle. Dude was 80. Oh, are we talking about Chuck? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, with the Oracle of this, just taking the, there's still that curiosity. So embrace that. That could very well be the treasure. Bringing out that childlike curiosity, wanting to study something new or do something new, and just taking the time to kind of look at everything from a practical point of view, making sure, if this is really what you want to do, research. Because that Three of Cups, so the Three of Cups is starting to feel more like this is a side project or something that you've been wanting to do. And you're wondering if is this still a treasure? Should I trash this idea? And again, so when we come again to the Four of Vessels, getting that lackluster, that boredom, that's kind of like, I don't know, am I still behind this? Do I still want to put the energy? Well, now is a good time to, the oracle is the page. Study again, look at it from all different angles, be practical, and then see moving forward what you want to do with it. 4, what actions or steps you need to take to turn this trash into treasure is the Ace of Cups. So tapping into the emotions, seeing how does this challenge, this trash, this idea, how does that feel emotionally in you? Where do you feel it in your body? Does it bring you excitement? Does it bring you anticipation, joy? This is really time to get in touch with your emotions, your intuitions, and just kind of like, again, dipping your hands in the water in this idea or this project and seeing how it feels. And number 5, what is the long-term impact of the insights that you have just acquired? High Priestess, my dear. So following through all this, you will attain, according to the deck and the cards. Of course, we all know energy can shift and we can change our minds, but with the High Priestess, you're going to gain knowledge and wisdom of whether or not you want to move forward with this. You're going to be more connecting more to your intuition. Again, High Priestess, and you got 2 cards that are water. So tapping into that watery intuition, that creativity as well, and tapping into that wisdom that you have, and maybe even calling on pulling back that veil, and maybe calling on some guides, some ancestors, or maybe simply your higher self or higher power to help you with that. So that's what I have for you, Moira. I hope that resonated. It's a different spread. I like trying different things. When it comes to channels, I can barely do even one. Yeah, Rain had one for her garden, for her tarot, for her art, and now she has this new one here that totally resonates. Very cool. All righty, so Moira, let me check the chats, because Moira was, thank you, Shelby. That I think Moira was the only one who asked for a reading. So let me back up. Oh, okay. Now we're seeing different numbers here. Let's see. Heather starting trouble. No, I leave that up to this guy right here. Good to see you, Tom. I hope you're having a lovely spring equinox. Hopefully, maybe you'll work on some of those sculptures. That face was looking awesome the last time you sent me a picture. And Maura says she actually has a couple of compost piles, and they have here, especially because Ashland is all about upcycling, recycling, recomposting. I mean, during the summer when we have our farmers markets or when the weather's nice, there's actually a drop off where you can bring your leftover compost if you have nothing to use it for. and you can donate it. They collect it, and then they disperse it in the gardens here for the universities, because they do all the eco protection and the studies, everything. I mean, it's insane what they do here. Let's see. You had made record snowfall. Oh, Irene, I'm gonna bet you're gonna be happy when it's over. I remember when we planted strawberries in my son's class. Biggest thing is the well draining soil and the pH, which was somewhere around 5, but I can't remember. Yeah, my mom was good at all that stuff. I just liked playing in the flowers and the rock beds after she made them. Apparently, with my little friends that I would talk to in the flower bushes in the gardens and stuff. What did Draven say? I'm in Florida, so you're in Florida as well. Spring started mid-February here. It's been pushing 90 late. Oof. Yeah, we had 3 days of snow here. It's been a very mild winter, and there was also already a fire at some point started. Not here, because it was so dry this season, but they got it out right away. They're very good here on jumping into that. But yeah, we had a very dry winter, and now we're having a very early spring. It's awesome to turn trash into gold. Yes. All righty. Note the 7th. Okay, but then I saw the 10th. But no, that's not a Friday. It's not? No. Um, Here. Well, I'll talk to you afterwards, Tom. Let's do the 10th. We'll talk. I'm here, Heather. I'm just oh, okay. Every time I talk to you, you're doing laundry. So I'll say hi to Tom. Actually, no. Yeah. we have time, but stay tuned because Tom has a friend who has, from what I'm getting here, firsthand knowledge, experience of the Bridgewater Triangle that him, Alice, and I, was touching briefly upon, that last Friday. And once we get a set date, Tom and I were going to ask Allison if you want to join us for that scene. That's another paranormal cryptid kind of show. All righty. So, Cat Goddess, 3 readings in a row, my dear. Well, let's see what this one brings up for you. Let's see. Part of me wants to do a video, but I am not in research mode, but in writing books. So, ooh, you're writing. I have another tag in the ether. Ooh, very cool. Does it have to do with maybe the Morrigan or not? I love calling her Na Morigna. I just love that. It just rolls right off the tongue. And Jax is leaving. Oh, she might be gone already. All right, Jax, sweetheart, get some rest as much as you can. Let's see. My baby's experiencing a heat wave in Tucson. Yep, in the hundreds for a few days. Welcome to Arizona. All righty. Oh, so you have family that lives in the Bridgewaters Triangle. Ooh, so bring your knowledge, kind of pick their brains and see if they've had any experiences, Shelby. That would be cool. All righty, so Cat Goddess. Let's see what we get. Let's pull a Ostara. Ooh, terrarium. Wait a minute, somebody got terrarium yesterday. And I know we read for you. I wonder if I don't know. Somebody got terrarium yesterday and talk about ecosystems. So it is those foundations weaved with mindfulness that will long sustain you. So when we create those foundations and we're mindful of what we are creating, like in this book here, it's all about ecosystems. It's about, taking care of being able to grow and maintain in a delicate ecosystem within our homes or also within ourselves. I'm going to open the book because I'm feeling like there's an extra message for you from this one tonight. So bear with me. Terrarium. So contained ecosystems, developing structures, and building. For people who may not know what a terrarium is, terrariums are beautiful garden systems that come in a variety of shapes and sizes and add a little greenery to any space, helping to inspire beauty and reduce stress because that's what nature is here for. It's to help us heal, it's our medicine, it's our lifeline. Um, let's see, one of the best things about terrariums is that they are low maintenance thanks to their contained ecosystem. So it's about being able to grow a physical ecosystem, but also acknowledging the ones that we create within ourselves as well. Let me just turn the page because I'm like, there should be another. Um, let's see. So this is your call, Cat Goddess, to slow down and work through each step with diligence while also recognizing that failure is a part of process. So whatever you are creating, think of it like an ecosystem, how you are what you're creating, how you are being mindful about what you're creating, how you are maintaining it, how are you nurturing it, and sometimes failure is a part of the process. Failure actually teaches us when something doesn't work. Well, here, let's try something else. So that's wisdom gained. It does that. This next one's going to be liminal spaces. Ooh, and how we experience them. Stay tuned. So let me just put, I didn't put Cat Goddess up on here. There we go. Where's her name? There she is. So Cat. So let's start pulling out cards for your spread. Oh, I hate kind of bending the bind, the spines on the books, but gotta keep them open. There we go. Let's put that there. Okay, so Cat Goddess, what challenges? Nope. What challenge are you facing that is actually hidden treasure? So what trash are you facing that's actually hidden treasure? So something that, you're ready to toss out, something you feel is not working, needs to go in the trash bin for recycling when possible, but it's actually a hidden treasure. Ooh. It's always interesting the cards I get for that question because you think it's something like, but I've been getting some very interesting, almost seems like positive cards. Because sometimes, though, we can be our worst critic, with self doubt and worry and maybe afraid to try out something new. Here, let me just stay focused. How can you shift? How can Cat Goddess shift her perspective to uncover the hidden blessings? Okay. Well, that card came out again. That's why a lot of personal mini readings are very reflective for the collective because you see repeated ones, especially a lot of energies that we're working through ourselves on a daily basis. So, what is the treasure hiding in this challenge? Ooh, one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's just absolutely beautiful. What actions or steps can you take to turn this trash into treasure? Okay. And what is the long-term impact of the insights you have just acquired? So the terrarium would be a good one to start. Acknowledging, being mindful of how we build within ourselves, not just outside physically, but internally as well. Ooh, alrighty. So, Cat, what challenge or trash are you facing that's actually a hidden treasure? Well, there isn't. So, I'm going to see this as you got the Ace of Discs, which is the Ace of Pentacles. So, there is an opportunity that has, I think, already presented itself to you. And I love how she's like gently touching the sand. She's dipping her fingers into it. And you see how it's all sparkling and it's all pretty. And We just love how sand just moves through our fingers. So at this point, you're trying to, I think what this is saying to me is that there's an opportunity coming to you, or if it's already is here. I'm feeling it's already based in the physical because you're considering whether to trash it or is this a treasure. So right now, something new, and if it hasn't come yet, it feels like it's going to come very soon. Whatever this opportunity for growth, for expansion, and of course, it could be financial, it could be health, it could be any special, anything in the physical, you know, projects, goals, things like that. So, how can you shift your perspective to uncover this hidden treasure or the hidden blessings? Whatever this opportunity is that you're looking at, by accepting it, we get the three of columns. So this is the three of columns now in this position. So with that ace of pentacles, being able to take this and just start play with it, putting it out there, expanding with it. Whatever this physical, this ace of disc becomes quite physical, is quite physical. And by putting it out there with the three of columns, this, three of wands, that is putting yourself out there to see what is going to come back to you, taking that chance, taking that risk of, okay, the creation is behind it, the creativity is there, the planning. Let's just kind of put this out there and see where it goes. See what kind of feedback that you get. So what kind of news, especially even if it's something energetically. Although we are going to look at the disc, though, which is earth. So this is very quite physical, but again, with health, with goals, with projects, etc., etc. So the three of columns, putting it out there, starting to expand it, see what again, what the feedback is, what your take back from it is initially. So number three, what is the treasure hiding in this challenge? Of wondering what to do, putting this out there, moving forward with this. I love this. Cat, you got the sun card. Isn't that beautiful? The scarab holding up the sun. So you got success. So whatever this new opportunity is, I would not be afraid. I wouldn't put it aside or toss it. I would or recycle it. I would bring that in, maybe work at it, examine it, tweak it if you have to. There may be some tweaking involved. But no, get that out there, whatever this is. And again, entertainment purposes only. Do as that will. Harmon, I had to put that in there. So the sun card is that card of success, happiness, joy, fulfillment. So beautiful card for the hidden treasures. It's going to be the sun. It's going to, for me, it's also about acknowledgement, the sun shining on you. It's going to be illuminating you. It's going to be something that brings you great, whether it's personal, just that personal happiness, but it may garner attention. This could be the feedback that you are looking for to be able to put this out there. Because again, it's the ace of discs, it's tangible. So this may be, again, a product idea, a project, something financial, but whatever it feels like this is, as the cards are right now, it's going to be quite successful. So your fourth card, what actions or steps you can take to turn this trash into treasure? So now moving forward, interesting, you got the four of discs. Now I'm going to look at this with your cards here. I am not going to see this as what they consider a hoarding or selfish card. I am looking at the four of discs being start to save, start to plan, start taking the profits of whatever that may be of this idea, of this treasure, and start maybe utilizing that to, because you're going to see the success that it's going to bring, or the potential of the success that's going to bring, the positive feedback. And so with the four of discs, that's going to be keeping an eye on finances, having to save for whatever it is. It could be marketing for people to help you, to get maybe equipment, whatever it is, things that cost money to be able to help you bring this into fruition. So that for this is about, yes, focus on yourself, do what you save, do whatever you use to save to be able to bring this into fruition. And the long term impact of the insights you have just acquired, Kat, you got the Empress. And this is again another one of my favorite cards. And so that Empress, it's she's the fertility, the goddess. It's whatever this is. Kat, I'm going to go on a little bit of a limb here because I'm looking at the Empress, and the Empress makes me feel of, earthly enjoyments, sense, sensual, music, taste, connection to the earth through foods, smells, sounds. It's the whole embodiment of the earth. And I don't know if there's something that you want to do that's involves like an essential oil or a product or a service that would this could be just for you as well, but for me this feels like something that you can share with others, that would be out in the public, where it helps embrace people's sense of sensuality, like aromatherapy, massage, um, spa like kind of energy, where people feel pampered. Their creativity is encouraged, their connection to their bodies, their sense, especially with things too, like with dance and movement, getting people in touch with their feminine within their bodies and all the senses. So that's what I have for you, Kat. Ooh, I like that. Miss Tarot D is here. The Queen of Cups has arrived, or actually the Empress. Remember, I thought it was the Nine of Pentacles, and I said it was the Empress. So the Empress is here. The minute I started talking about the Empress card, the Queen herself popped in. How are you doing, my dear? And the first punch has been thrown. Oh, Tom. Mr. OD, what are we going to do with Tom? I tell you what. So yeah, Kat, I hope that resonates. I know you keep your readings, close to you, but if any of that resonated, please let me know. But all that leading up to the Empress, it just feels like something to do with, oh, just pampering and pleasure, and then of course Miss Tarot D comes in. Oh, you're welcome, Kat. And so that was my only other request for a reading. So what are you up to, Miss Tarot D? How are you celebrating or enjoying your spring equinox, or Stara? And asking Allison, how are things? Allison's doing laundry, so I'll just announce that you're Heather Tom who. Well, there you go. Whoever do you mean, Miss Tarot D? So, Miss Tarot D, I am doing something called composting readings tonight. It's a spread that's in my Seasons of the Witch book for Ostara, and it's basically taking a challenge and looking at it in the perspective of trash. And resting, the treatment wiped you out today. Yeah, Fridays, I know it's your treatment days, my dear. Well, I appreciate you taking your time out to come and say hi and to hang out. Would you like a compost reading? This is basically, taking whatever this challenge is, which is seen as trash, and how can we find the treasures? Because, again, so one person's treasure is another person's trash and vice versa. Shelby, could I ask for a specific reading? I just want to try something. Well, yeah, go ahead and ask your question. And composting is another word for, yeah, well, so I don't know. Oh, well, let me know, Miss Tarot D, if you'd be interested in a composting reading. I like to get creative and have fun here. So go ahead, Shelby, ask, and I'll use the spread for that and see how that works and how that correlates. So, anyone got any fun plans for this weekend? Well, Shelby's typing in her um, Heather and her shit readings. Tom, I am so close to banning you right now. Oh, Tom. Tom who, Miss Tara D? I don't know any Tom. Tom fucking foolery. Is that how they say it? Oh, nah. Tom knows I love him. So go ahead, Shelby. Well, Shelby, you're I'm actually going to go ahead and pull your cards. Type your reading, your question in there. Let's see how this goes. So I'll start with the Ostara. And then after Shelby's reading, I can do a collective for everybody. That could be a lot of fun. Okay, I've been looking into Native Americans, indigenous people, okay, on my mom's side. It's believed we have Native on our family, and I was wondering if you could possibly get any. Now, if I use the Egyptian deck, I don't know how that would. Let me shuffle this and let me think of a tarot deck. I have an oracle deck by Klepper and Reed. So I really can't use that spread for this question. So let's see. It's interesting because Shelby, I had my hand on that deck today, just before the show, about 15, 20 minutes before the show. Let's see what we got with the hair card first. So you got the hair, which is number 19, and it says, there's magic in the balance of all that we are. I'm liking that already. Okay. So let's just see really quick. Because I have the same thing, Shelby. I'm told that we did, and then my aunt passed away who did this research. It got thrown out. None of the other family really knew or cared about it. Keywords, androgyny. How is the hair associated? Miss Tarot D, let me ask you, how would the hair, a rabbit, be associated with androgyny? Let's see, the keywords are also about giving and receiving and awareness. So there's already an awareness. Let's see, it says here, in Europe, hairs are thought to be androgynous. Oh, okay. And in early Britain, it was believed they could shift from one gender to another. Well, I'm learning something new today. This is likely due to the fact there is very little difference between a male and a female hair. And when hair appears, it calls on you to express both male and female energies. So, Miss Tarot D, you're basically a hair. You're a bun. Eating her buns. Well, shaking her buns. Your gender identification does not inform how you express this energy, as all beings have masculine and feminine vitality within them. So this is really interesting. When receiving this card, you know that you are ready to act on your goals, but must do so. So Shelby, what I am automatically getting is because of the masculine and feminine. I'm wondering if that's maybe both sides of your family, embracing the feminine and the masculine. Unless it was on your mom's side that there was Receiving awareness. This is interesting, Shelby. Let me go get. I'm going to take my Miss Tarot D's hair is all woman. Yeah. I am woman, hear me roar. The numbers too big to ignore. All right, let me grab that deck, Shelby. Okay. So, Shelby, is there any other information that you know about this potential um, Native Indigenous heritage that you have? As in a possible clan, a possible. Let's see, because I got animals in here. Well, let's just see what we got here. You know what, Tom? I had one done too, and mine showed up 0. But my friends back home, my native friends, told me that some of the DNA tests can be very difficult because of the amount of, I don't know, whatever donations or, I want to say donations, but people who do the test, there may not be enough DNA in the system. I don't know. They told me that you can't, when it comes to indigenous descent, it can be very difficult to get a clear answer unless you're, a certain amount. But I'm just, yeah, I would do one. And this, yeah, the sample pool, they told me. So it's just what, my peeps, my friends back home told me. Okay, so let's see what we get here. When I go to Southern Mass, that I just feel connected. Well, then you trust that. And for me too, I know that I've had a past life. So it's also possible that you connect with a past life as well. But let me see, did you say that there's already been talk in the family? No, I'm okay. We can take a look what my mother says, that we have connections. Oh, with the Lewis and Clark. So going out towards my way. Interesting. Let's see. Yeah, because Lewis and Clark came across, and they're the ones that mapped, the West basically for people. And I just came across an interesting story too about Lewis and how his suicide, and I can say because I don't monetize, may actually have been a murder. So let's see. So let's see what they. Okay, it's going to be her clarifier. Oh, God, would you people go home? Sorry, I'm just muttering. It's 6 o'clock and they're still here. So, Shelby, right off the bat, I'm getting for you standstill. And yes, you are at standstill. But this is also about meditation. This is about connecting to the earth, going in, meditating, maybe doing some dream work. But what I'm feeling too is connection to the sunrise and the sunset, honoring those in the medicine wheel, honoring the directions. Now in Massachusetts, when I can't remember if I was there, I don't know if there was any group or area in the country where they actually have an actual physical medicine wheel where they do like workshops and they have people learn how to learn about the medicine wheel and do the walk. I don't know if there's something like that near you. I do know in Salem, New Hampshire, which wasn't far from Raleigh, where I was staying at one point, only maybe 45-minute drive, is actually like the American Stonehenge. I don't know if they still allow people to go in there. I believe they do. I'm just getting feeling like maybe going there or finding a wheel, a medicine wheel, um, or a directional where you can sit in the middle, do an honoring of all the directions, or if this is something that you feel drawn to. But being able to get into that moment of being in silence, stand still, um, detaching from media, electronics, just going out to nature, going within and connecting with your ancestors. Take an offering, either some tobacco, you can get loose tobacco, you can take cornmeal or something to show that you are leaving a libation or a gift and asking for your ancestors to come and guide you and give you a message. Now, what's crossing you is the staff. And I'm going to show you that. And here, let's see, a symbol of authority. So this could be a challenge, a hinder, or a help. Helps find the right course of action, way of the middle, balance, the hair, the balance of the masculine and feminine. Weighing all possibilities and instinctively select the right path. And it says here, trust your inner wisdom. So, right now, this may be saying you need to get out of your way. If you are being told that you do, you feel that you do, why are you doubting it? Maybe it's time to do an ancestry test or start doing some research. I did get the Thunder card, and this is kind of representing the tangible right now. And the Thunder card is all about a call for attention when great occurrences are meant to happen in the world. Um, Dramatic wake up calls, events set into motion. Okay, willingness to experience without dictating where or how. So, again, being still, being present within yourself, being in the moment. This feels very much like a vision quest. And I'm not doing cultural appropriation here. All cultures are European ancestors, the Celts, everybody has had some form of a spirit quest, a spirit vision, where they go and they connect with their ancestors and or elements or gods of their spirituality. So right now it's feeling like if to connect um, is the time to start going, finding time, serious time where you can go within and sit and do a ritual of honoring, mostly outside if possible. Um, those are the only key words that are jumping at me on here. This for you. Call for attention when great occurrences are meant to happen in the world. Buffalo. Interesting. And then your underlying energy, your current energy, is the circle. Look at that. I wasn't even looking when I was talking about circles and message. There is the circle, there are the hands. And this is about interconnectedness, unification, co creation, ever evolving, changing self. You have purpose in this world, but interconnectedness, cycles of life. So there you go, Shelby. For me, I would say yes. It just seems like you already have information. See what your mother or her or relatives can possibly know. Get whatever information that you can and start researching. I mean, this could take a while, but it's basically I just feel like you need to do like an honoring of your ancestors. And again, it doesn't have to be over extravagant. Being outside, even if there isn't a wheel in your area, you can always go outside in nature, learn the directions. There's the compasses are on our phone. You can find where north, east, south, west is. Leave a marker. Just sit in them, make sure you do your energetic boundaries, calling in your guides, your ancestors, your protectors. Make sure you have your offerings, your libations to them, and leave those out and sit and do a meditation. Maybe write something in honor of them, but make sure you have a pen and paper with you in the event that you start to receive messages, or if you have your phone. I know trying to say disconnect from everything. Yeah, actually, it's like leaving the phone out. This is sacred space. Piece of paper and pen in case you get any messages. She has me blocked. No, I don't. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to comment and chat. Let's see. In my head, I did do a DNA test and I don't have anything native. So this may go back further. But research. And again, too, this could be also past lives. But if you feel, just do the research. And even if it is a past life, this is still a part of your life. Our past lives, I've been learning, like when we were talking with M. Belanger and Selena the other night, where they were talking because Selena had him on. Michelle changed it to M from her to he now. So when Selena had him on, they're talking about how our ancestors, how sometimes we can be our ancestors reincarnated. And so parts of if we were individuals in a past life, let's say they were referring to like, witches, that, in this lifetime, we have our previous lifetimes of our magic, of our practice, of our inner knowing, connecting with us in this lifetime. So even if there may not be any enough left for you to find in your ancestry now, in past lives, you could have had those experiences which have been connecting and connecting and connecting with you now. So it'll take some work to do. At some point, I would like to follow through with mine. Let's see. Tom said, I know they have issues with African American as well. My wife has had issue getting good readings from Ancestry, and that's who I went through. They seem to do a lot of guesswork based on statistics and not as bad. Oh, that's nice to know. Thank you, Tom. And I know people were really happy with 23andMe, but then how strange that all of a sudden her stocks started to fall and this and that or something. It just, yeah. I think hers might have been better and Ancestry didn't like. It's just, yes, it's conspiracy. It's hearsay. It's only, excuse me, it's only Heather, but you know how people seem to work nowadays. Certain people there's been a lot of monopolies that have been going on when it comes to businesses and them being taken over and whatnot. Hold on a second. No, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, sorry. I thought one of their dogs were loose again. Yes, mostly on my mother's side. My mother's sister is also into the psychic things and had many Native American things around her house. So, around her house, but that doesn't necessarily mean that has the, like Tom said, maybe find a different way of, Tom, I'm going to look down a little bit further, but let me know if Sam tried another company and see if she had any better luck. Where I live, the town next over is known for its naval. Okay. Let's see. Miss Tarot D. Oh, what's she? Sorry, I was eating a St. Joseph's pastry. You can only get them this week. St. Joseph is, Father's Day in Italy. Really? That's okay. I thought Miss Tarot D was saying, like, I'm eating a pastry. Oh, that sounds good. I'm going to share Miss Tarot D. You got enough for everybody? And Allison saying hello to Miss Tarot D. Yep, doing laundry. She is done for the evening. Miss Tarot D saying hello. You're welcome, Shelby. And good luck with that. I Allison tell Miss Tarot D that Tom says, oh, she has blocked you. Oh, I thought you were. See? Ha. Do you want me to be the mediator? Okay, you're welcome. Yes, I understand. There's a lot of people who just do appropriation just, for views and this, and without really, I mean, I hear this is like rampant on TikTok. I know Laura Bryan talks about it with, Americans, appropriating, Irish goddesses and making assumptions. And this goes for all cultures. There's a lot of people doing this kind of stuff. So it's nice that you can go about it the proper way. Miss Tarot D, Tom says, tell Tom he is blocked so I can't hear him. Oh, Tom was Tom was a Bigfoot in a past life. Well, that's probably, why him and Shan, when they get on, screen, get along so well. Maybe they were Bigfoot related. Maybe, they were both Bigfoot in another, or would that be big feet in another life? Oh, my goodness. Oh, how funny. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah. Tom, what happened with, I know you chatted a while ago, but so it was in the other room. It's conspiracy and just poking around with the information. Sorry, I don't take it to heart. But, some things, though, I mean, it's happened. We've seen companies, buy out other companies, and then like Joann's, one big company took them over, and then the money that they had to pay for after they couldn't. So what happens? They close. And so you get smaller stores, like more Walmarts, more Michaels, more Hobby Lobbies, while some of these other smaller. So it happens. Allison said, my ancestry profile has gotten more and more pinpointed over the last 6 months. I would have to do mine all over again because I can't remember, going back to 2017, what the email was, what the password, all of that stuff. Yes, but not enough for Tom. All right, bye, Shelby. Thank you, my dear. Let's see. Ancestry gave one answer of a region she was from, and then like 5 months later, updated with a completely different one. We did some research, and yet it seems they were basing their data on some stats on where slave ships came in and where they shipped from, etc. This was a number of years ago. So yeah. And okay, sorry to hear that. You're quite pleased, but mine started about 2 years ago. So you know what they say about big feet. Modesty. They're very modest. They're very humble. They don't, compare. Early. Oh, so Miss Tarot D is now talking to you. Apparently she can hear you, Tom. Yes, big feet, big socks. Actually, my first boyfriend was a Bigfoot. Not as in big, hairy Bigfoot, but he was, get this, he was a size 14. Yeah. But the thing is, though, he didn't know how to use it. So what good is it if, but anyway, I digress. Spilling tea with Miss Tarot D. I still want to do a show, Miss Tarot D, called that Spilling Tea with Miss Tarot D. And Tom's like, indeed. Let's see. Before I go, I just asked my dad if we had, and he said yes for my grandfather's side because they were from Canada and North Dakota. Well, there you go. And then maybe on the other side too, that could be the hair, the masculine and the feminine. We did 23andMe thing, and I came out 99.99 Sardinia. Sardinia. Thank you, Shelby. Allison's like, yes, Nifty. My sister and cousin also. I'm 25 Napadon. Let's see. I submitted mine, but it got lost in the mail. And I decided I dodged a bullet and I won't resubmit. Oh my God, Tom, you gotta stop being afraid. Oh my, maybe at that time you weren't meant to know something, but maybe now would be a good time. Like, maybe they can trace your roots back to the time when your ancestors were the scribes wearing the hats. And remember, I saw you. Maybe that was your ancestors, or maybe you were your ancestor, and now I'm gonna, you know what I mean. Everyone's probably going, what the hell are they talking about? I had a vision of Tom. Let's just say that. But come on, Tom. Come on, Tom. You know you want to do it. Personally, I find it super cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I'll have to do mine over. Most definitely. Now I really want to do it. And now, nowadays they do a lot of sales for, like, back in the day it was like $100 or $99, and then they were like, oh, you can get it for like 75, and I hear they've been dropping them even more. We also uncovered a family secret that we had no idea about, and I never would have believed it otherwise. Not at all. I doubt Tom is afraid. He's just being Tom. Like, and if he was here, he'd be like, so, all righty. Okay. We are at 6:30. I was going to do let me do a collective, seeing I didn't get a request for any other compost reading. So let's get a collective compost. Going into the weekend for celebrating today and going into the weekend, welcoming spring. Spring where it has sprung for some. The beautiful trees with the beautiful scent of the flowers, the little white little daisy-like ones that are popping up. And then we have these other pretty little yellow ones. I'm not sure what they are. I'll have to send Allison some pictures and she can let me know. But there were birds and there were bees. A couple of bees today. Ooh. Okay. Well, we'll take those too. Maybe this might be a shortened version. Okay. I know I need 5 cards. Whoa. All right. Enough with all the energy. Goodness gracious me. Okay. All righty. Ooh, it's fairly substantial genealogy mapping. So, in layman's terms, you're not a Bigfoot. Any cryptids in the family? Oh, okay. Why do the cards keep doing this, Heather? Because Heather's laughing. She's having too much fun. Oh, Allison, still, what's the secret? Miss Tarot D, my absolutely wonderful, fabulous maternal grandfather. Mothman is my great grandpa. Oh, those would explain the big, never mind. Say the big glowing eyes, but. Okay, for the collective, what trash are we facing that's actually hidden treasure? So I'll share that when I'm done shuffling. How can you shift your perspective to uncover hidden blessings? So how can we shift our perspectives to uncover hidden blessings? Ouch. One of the creepy cards. What is the treasure hiding in this challenge? What's the treasure hiding in the trash? What's hiding in Miss Darrow D shit? Okay. What actions or steps can we take to turn this shit into treasure? Oh, I saw the word juicy. Juicy. That was a great song by Ezra. And what long-term impact of the insights have we just acquired? So I can get behind this one. Woo! Some great cards here. So for the collective, we got the simmer pot and creating altars. So for this spring equinox, creating altars, altars to celebrate the oncoming of spring, to celebrate our spiritual beliefs and our connection with our deity or our archetypes or our spiritual workings, ancestors as well, ancestral altars, but just creating altars to connect with us and to remind us of our spirituality, because sometimes in life, with work and responsibilities, we lose connection with our spirituality, with our spiritual selves in nature. And an altar is a great way of getting us grounded and rooted back into that. And we got simmer pot, earth, air, fire, and water await an enchantment that's steeped with intention. So, you know, whatever you're cooking, magic goes into that. Put your intentions into your food, love, all that good stuff. There's no meat in here, Allison. I'm sorry. Not even any Bigfoot meat. But still, when you cook and simmer, especially for Anthony, put some good old love and energy into that food. But all right, so when it comes to our compost, what challenge or trash are we facing? So I got the judgment card. So for us as a collective, what's trashy about judgment is, for this card, is the one where we, yes, it's spiritual awakening, but sometimes we judge ourselves. We judge ourselves too harshly. We allow others to judge us, and so we make judgments and assumptions on ourselves. That that's something what we have to be mindful of. Watching what we say to ourselves and what we believe of ourselves, and not letting others' judgments mar that image of us. And when it comes to the other aspect for me, well, the aspect of judgment is, spiritual awakening. So things that we might have felt or thought in the past that was not part of our spiritual path or our growth, things that we felt like maybe didn't work and we were ready to kind of trash or throw off to the side. And this could maybe be connecting with spell work, certain deities, or walking away from certain spiritual dogmas or practices, or even groups that might have kind of left a bad taste in our mouth. So right now I'm kind of just looking at all of our experiences spiritually, and releasing the judgments, and looking at the treasures of the spiritual awakenings and insights that we have gotten for ourselves. And she feels very Ma'at for that reading, the goddess Ma'at. So how can you shift your perspective to uncover hidden blessings? Woo! 10 of Swords, 10 of Wings. So again, picking ourselves up, removing those swords, removing changing the way we communicate to ourselves, removing hateful communication, not only that we speak to ourselves, but from others, um, you know, getting up and past the backstabbing, the just the evil gossip, social media, removing ourselves from all this, so where we can pick ourselves up. And what's beautiful on here is that with that one sword in there, when you remove that, let that be your sword of truth. And with that sword of truth, you get this beautiful little butterfly. And so it's about transformation. So transforming those swords, making them swords of our own truth, of our own learning. And it's a rebirth. We got the skull here, represents death, endings, and a beginning anew. And don't like the snakes, but of course, again, the snakes are also about transmutation and rebirth as well. What is the treasure hiding in this challenge? Another 10, the 10 of vessels. So when we are able to do that, we find we move into our emotional bliss. We become happy. We celebrate our happiness with ourselves, with others, our family. It's that overjoy, having compassion and empathy, connecting with our intuition, our emotions, just celebrating our emotions, our happiness, with ourselves and with others. Beautiful, beautiful card, beautiful reading. Well, message, excuse me. What actions or steps can you take to turn this trash into treasures? I don't know if Magus is still here, but here's his Four of Swords, but it's the Four of Wings. And so, what actions or steps? Now we can rest. We can take a step back. We can rest easy, knowing that resting our thoughts, you know, taking a break from communication, technology, and just resting. And when we rest, for me, the swords too is also about communication with our higher selves, with our guides, with our higher power, um, and being present. So, last one, 5 was the long term impact of the insights. The death card, Ayubis. So it's the end again and so for me, the tens are all about completions, end of cycles, beginnings. So here we go. We got the third card. So death, time for a rebirth. The earth is rebirthing itself. It's coming back to life. And so leaving everything up to now in the past, leaving what no longer serves us behind and embracing a rebirth, not just in their earth, but in our lives, and celebrating those rebirths in other people's lives that we are a part of, that we share. So that's what I have. And now I can catch up with the story. I don't know if anybody doesn't listen, talking amongst themselves, and Heather pouring her heart these reads. Just kidding. Alrighty, let's find out this juicy story. Hi, Judith. That was a collective, my dear. And let's see. So, there goes Mozzie. So let me bet. Oh, there's the juicy. Okay. Alrighty. So where do we start the tale? Alrighty. All right. So he had a child when he was like 20 years old with a teenage girl. None of us knew about it. I think Allison, you told me about this. It's been a while. It was in their small hometown. So I know my grandmother knew, but they kept it a secret. Where Miss Tarot D goes, oh, juicy. So we're all spilling the tea with Miss Tarot D tonight. It was a consensual relationship, blah, blah, blah. But she was like 15 and he had just turned 20. That was a different time, but the reality is they were not married. Her father ran my grandpa off. And Tom said, well, I guess he is eligible to be president. Yeah, apparently. Okay, Tom, I've unblocked you because that was a good one. Very juicy, almost unbelievable. I'm sure he was the same young man. It was just something that happened, and him and they decided to keep a secret. The baby's mom married. We all connected. Wild. Let's see. Don't talk shit on my grandpa, Tom. Miss Darody, agree, Allison. Things were very different back then, not like today. The concept of teenagers really wasn't a construct until the 50s. Yeah, but still sometimes. You were basically an adult by the age of 13. I know I wasn't. although there was stuff I had to deal with my mother and stuff. I had to be an adult. But yeah, apparently the age didn't even matter to anybody, but it did to me and my sister. The upset was that you were not married. Tom said, hell, my grandmother had a full time job at like 11 or so. Yeah, it was a different time and ages weren't the same. Yeah, I got a lot to catch up with. Yeah, that was a biggie. How wild is that? Same, my grandfather worked from the time they came to West Virginia and he was like 6 years old. Yeah, they didn't have child labor laws back then. West Virginia. Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. He did get to go to school, but he was also working. Yeah, my dad had the same two jobs for 40 years. He didn't get past elementary school. Why he didn't and all my other uncles did, I'm not sure. But yeah, where my dad, didn't have the education, my dad had the fortitude and the tenacity to provide. And he kept the same two jobs for 40 years. Up at 5 in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning, not getting home until 7 o'clock at night. Let's see. A child working. Everybody contributed to the household in any way they could. It was all about survival. Yes, during my mother's time, when you were about 13, you were sent to the mainland to work in people's homes as housekeepers, nannies, etc. Yep, misty, crazy, rushed childhood. But food on table, roof overhead. And Judith saying hello to everybody. We're sharing stories, Judith. So, but yeah, like same thing, with my grandma, my great grandma, she, had a secret love affair with a Jewish man. They got married, had my grandma, and the minute the Jewish family found out, they made the marriage annulled and they kidnapped my grandma and hid her away. And so it's just really crazy I mean, it's not as well, it might be still in some areas as today, but still religion and ethnicity still, differences still play a part. Now sexual preference, same sex marriage. I mean, it's just another, same thing, but just a different, time frame. Let's see. We are on the 10th. Okay. Now, will she share her name? And Allison, I'll let you know more, when I know about, when we confirm 10th and when Tom messages me. Let us know if you want to join us. Tom's friend is going to be sharing her experiences of the of things with the Bridgewater Triangle that we were talking about last week. I am not sure what she's going to go by on there yet. Oh, so you'll have to let me know. This sounds like, ooh, like not like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's intrigue, mystery, intrigue. Is she like in part of a secret government organization? Does she work for the X-Files? Okay. And you can find out how much of an asshole I was 30 years ago online. What? Was she going to spill tea on you that night? Or, or is it a video? My goodness, not our Tom. Tom, you were not. See, no. Not our Tom. But come on, Allison. You know some nights that you and I just both wanted to throttle Tom. It was just like, come on. It's there. It, yeah, you were a perfect saint. Thank my ass. My family experienced it firsthand. Oh boy. Oh, I must have missed something, but Let's see, what did Judith share? I hear that, and it means nothing. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, Irene, I missed that. Imagine having the educational credentials, then immigrating as it means nothing, and you become a slave here. That's how it works here in Canada. Oh my God, Irene. Times are supposed to be a changing, but it seems like we are going backwards. Just like that Star Trek song, you know. Was it by Bob Rivers? No, the other guy. Starship Enterprise. We keep going forward because we can't find reverse. But, it seems to be the other way around. So, Jackie B! I miss Jackie B if you're nasty. What's up, girl? We've got, so this Monday, Jackie, I'm going to be covering the Roman and Greek goddesses for Women's History Month. I believe there will be one more Monday. Let me know if you want to talk about African American goddesses, any of the goddess pantheons. I have lots in my book. I'm Miss Rena with the hanging out with your girl. Your channel you are on fire. It's like every time I turn around, you're doing a show. You're a guest or you're doing a show. Girl, you took off. And Jackie, did you know that Tom is a perfect saint? Yeah, Saint Lucifer. We finished watching season 1 of Lucifer last night. Tom apparently has a new show, but I guess the ratings aren't doing very well, even though it's produced by Dick Wolf. So it's called CIA. Watch it. Help with the ratings. Wish I could. You don't have cable. But I guess that's going to be, yes, today was a self-care day. There you go. Especially with the equinox. Fine. And today with it being, there you go, Jackie, balance. Today's about, the day and night have the same time, and now we're finding balance within ourselves. And so you took that to have a self-care day. Wonderful. Well, it is going on 7 o'clock here. We have not had dinner. I am making tuna noodle casserole. Not as good as my mother's, but that's what we're going to have for dinner tonight. And so, all righty. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody, with me. Thank you for letting me do my readings. Jackie, I came across a spread in here for composting. So it's called the composting spread. And I did a couple of readings for some folks with it and a collective. So that was a lot of fun. Turning your trash, and finding treasure in it. So it was a lot of fun. So, all righty, everybody, have a good rest of your night. Have a good weekend. And I might do a pop up this weekend, depending, but I got books to read. So, but now I may pop in and say hi. So, all righty, everyone, thanks again for hanging out. Tom, I will be in touch. And thank you again, Miss Taro D. Mwah! If you're still here, it's nice to see you in chat. I've missed chatting with you during the week when you're on your way home. So it's good to know that you're still doing well, and you're welcome. And everybody have a good evening, and we'll see you next time. Only